together we form
this crazy dynamo.
known as the
Unpanders.
Bling.
No, sir, we don't pander.
Yeah, especially not to younger viewers.
If you're under 18, please get your waiver signed and come back.
Yeah, go listen to some tinier podcast that doesn't care. We care.
Also, if you're an employer, you cannot use this podcast against me, please. Only because it's for infotainment.
Yeah, it's for fun.
Entertainment purposes only, I believe it's called.
Yeah, nothing can be used against us in a court of law.
So what would you say we do here again?
We like to fit in the groove and just flow. Burst out in conversation.
Let it rip. A couple old friends just going over some really interesting stuff. So why don't you tune in?
Enjoy.
Thanks, folks.
Oh.
Whoa.
I like to start off with a beer.
That's rude to the audience. I like to start off with a nice, refreshing soda for the audience. I'm Nick, folks.
Your mixer. And I'm Dan. And you know that because we have an intro.
Yeah, but they don't see our pictures.
That's true. That is true.
So if this is their first video, they need to know.
Yeah, they need to know.
I'm Nick.
Most certainly are.
Well, you know the routine, folks. You're here to check out our podcasts. What's our podcast about? Today, it's about garbage.
Pure trash. That's
Trash.
That's what we are.
Filth. That's what we are here. We are filth. We're trash.
I did listen to... So I was limited time today. Listening was the best mode of understanding garbage in the United States. Trash and recycling.
Before we get into it.
Yeah.
I know everyone's waiting for it. I just wanted to make a correction.
Oh.
Listening to our last podcast had to do with prison, and the injustices of the prison system, et cetera, et cetera. And the way prisons are becoming a capitalist
Yeah, there's
farm.
no way we survive without prisoners. They are the muscle.
I realized it sounded very whitewashed. Like we didn't talk about how blacks are in, what's the word? In inordinate numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
like
also
30%.
the way law enforcement approaches that subject. And I realized we wanted to save that for another episode, for another day. I know they're tied together,
The
but it wasn't today.
racial tensions of the...
Right. We want to do racial tensions another day. Two white guys. Got to take that on.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do a lot of research from a lot better
people. Do you even
than
know?
us.
Do you have a person you can bring in? I don't think.
like that would come into my house at like late at night when I do my podcast and sit in my basement. Maybe. I'd be able to talk to some people. Okay.
All right.
I can talk to somebody. Either way, we do want to touch on another episode. We're not brushing it on the rug or anything. I just figured if you get into that, that's like an hour in and of itself. So let's not touch it right now.
You're gonna let it slide.
So that's my correction from the last episode.
My correction is the last time I said something about it being more likely that you're found guilty by a jury. So if you have the option to get a judge to convict you or a jury to convict you, if they can either rule, they can adjudicate. What do you think is better, to have a judge rule or to have a jury rule?
Judge.
You think a judge is going to let you off more likely?
Yeah.
So the judge convicted...
Is one man.
Yeah.
He could find me attractive. Jury's multiple people, and many of them can find me attractive. Well, I guess. All right, good. What's your finding?
The judge will convict people about 55% of the time, find them guilty.
Okay.
And a jury was 84%
God
would find
damn
them
it,
guilty.
jury.
You're screwed. You're going to jail.
Yeah, I was right. I picked the judge. I'm right.
Those of you who had faith in America, the average person will screw you over.
That sounds weird, though. Did you say 84% of the time?
Yeah, 84%.
I thought it was harder to get a conviction with a jury because you need 12 people to agree. That's what 12 Angry Men is about. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but I think it goes to like mob mentality where they can't even decide for themselves. You got one outspoken person and no one's gonna be against it.
Ruffle some feathers. Everyone wants to go home. It's a stupid system. But again, we're dwelling so much on the justice. We want to move into the future. And our future...
It's filled with trash.
Is plastic bottles. No name brand. Just green ones.
And cups.
Plastic everywhere. Water bottles. Probably the most common thing right now. Latest estimate, this is in Forbes, has us in the world, drum roll everybody,
Number one.
1 million bottles per minute are being consumed in the world. We're up to.
Wow, that's a lot.
Some of that is for like help overseas, like when there's a flood or like endangered areas. Some of it's just people in New York who want to drink out of a bottle of water. Some of it is, mom and pop shop that sell water too. I don't know. Either way, it's bottled water. Big business.
What
Do you know
percent
how
of that is
long?
captured by the recycling process?
91% is not captured
It's terrible.
right now. I mean, it's still early. I mean, you also figure here we have recycling that sucks. We'll get into later. But can you imagine somewhere like a third world country where they're shipping in the water? They don't have a recycling system in place.
No,
You know what
they
I
don't.
mean?
And the ocean
And
does
they
not count
give
as a
you-
recycling feature.
Oh shoot!
So where are you going?
Because
Hmm.
1,500 bottles end up in landfills or the ocean every second.
Every second. I read a
Yeah.
stat that 1 square mile of ocean contains about 40,000 pieces of plastic.
Well, that's all different. That's like six-pack rings, the most dangerous thing to any animal known to man, according to PSAs when I was growing up.
I've also heard that plastic photodegrades, which means it breaks into smaller pieces, exposed to light, but it doesn't biodegrade, so it just gets smaller and smaller pieces of plastic.
Weird. I had the number for how long it takes an average plastic bottle made from some poly, whatever.
PET?
Takes
Or is that something else? PET bottles? That sounds about right.
maybe. Anyway, in their natural ecosystem, if you just leave it outside in the trees, it will naturally decompose and go back into nature.
Huh.
400 years.
Oh, wow, that's not...
That's not terrible.
Not terrible.
That's not very good, though. That's not good, though.
No,
But
it's
terrible.
not.
There are things that are in the thousands, so that's good.
That word you're looking for? Polyethylene tetraphthalate?
Oh, tetra. There was a tetra in it. That was what it was.
Yeah,
Not
teraphthalate. I don't know how to say it either. I have it right in front of me. I can't say it.
Untwisted of the day is terephthalate.
We're not going to say all these words because they're
Stick
just
your mouth
impossible.
around that, folks. Stick your mouth around terephthalate. Terephthalate. Tastes good.
Yeah. They also said that like fish eat them, and then birds eat the fish, and then the birds die, and then it goes back into the water. All in the process, it picks up toxins, and then the plastic just becomes more and more toxic.
Or is the plastic becoming more and more animal-like?
More brutal.
Yeah.
It's scary because there's actually 7 different types of recyclables that are plastic, and
Okay.
2 of them
Are not your real
Healthy.
hard plastic, right?
they're not. Well, there's one called PVC, the number
Okay.
3, that they insert these. What are they called?
What the hell is it made of? Can you
Phthalates?
give me an example? Something I use every day. Come on.
Shower curtains. Anything that's like a plastic bottle that's soft. Anything that's like malleable, because these phthalates make it softer. It's like an additive, but it's toxic. So you can't
No?
have soft like chew toys for dogs.
Can you move the camera up a little?
Huh?
I'm like staring at your forehead. It's kind of weird.
Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't mind. I mean, but when you're looking back, you're gonna be like, I stared at my forehead the whole episode. Now I can see
You
your
could have told
beautiful
me
head
ahead
of
of
hair.
time.
I just noticed it when I was staring at your forehead. Anyway, I apologize. These soft plastics, like your forehead, are hard to see or hard to find, or what are they?
Pool toys.
Pool toys. Yeah, that plastic.
Don't chew that because it's toxic. Don't pretend to bite it.
It makes sense, actually. It does make sense. I'm not gonna lie. That totally makes sense. I will stop biting that plastic.
Good job. That and,
Plastic bottles. Do you know plastic in the ocean, plastic bottles, all that fun stuff?
where
Do you
does it
know
go?
how they make that plastic? Most of it's in the ocean.
Yeah.
I have an estimate for you. Scientists propose, and this is, crazy scientists. I hate them. Scientists. They're always talking about things that no one can touch tangibly or think about. Anyway, by 2050, there will be more plastic weight in the oceans than fish weight.
That's ridiculous.
Right? But think about it. I mean, a fish doesn't weigh that much. Neither does a plastic bottle, but by overall mass, there's going to be more plastic.
Huh. So
Pretty
like
exciting.
you're near the water. You're on the coast. When's the last time you went fishing and saw a plastic bottle versus how many fish?
I don't think I ever really see a lot of plastic bottles.
No.
And I'm in the city area, but all my trash I see is everywhere.
Yeah.
But when I go to like the ocean or something, I don't see it.
That's probably because it gets washed out into like.
Yeah, I would think it's out in the deep.
Was it the Great Pacific Gyre? There's
I
like-
think so. It guns around the United States back Pacific Gyre. What is that? I don't know what that
A
is.
gyre's like a recirculating area of water that just kind of
Hmm.
spins between Japan, the U.S., and I think it's north of Hawaii. They say it's the
Makes sense.
size of like 2 Texases, and that
Okay.
contains almost all the plastics. Like all the plastics just sit there. It ends up
Well,
on beaches, and just like you have like feet of plastic ending up on
San
these beaches.
Francisco banned plastics, didn't they? Is it straws and stuff?
Did they really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's in effect yet. Maybe it's a proposed bill. There's other places in the U.S. West Coast. London did this. Do London plastic ban. I didn't look this up because I didn't think we were going here. This is all off track. Did
Okay.
they?
London.
Plastic ban.
Let's see here.
Straws and things, I think.
Cotton swabs and plastic straws banned U.S. I mean
Boom.
UK.
Out of here. You trying to clean your ear? I can't hear you. It's because you can't use
Yeah.
the cotton swab.
You
Which,
get
by the way, do you know what they're used for?
Cotton swabs?
Yeah, cleaning babies.
Uh,
Like their eyes and their nose. And
oh
their
no. Those
Or
poor
your own,
babies. We're gonna have to
or
reinstate.
cleaning,
We're gonna have to bring them
cleaning,
cotton swabs.
cleaning your own pee-pee, I believe, is for cotton swab.
I heard that when they test for STDs, they stick like a cotton swab-ish thing up your
In?
penis and then pull it out. It's like the faster they pull it out, the more STDs they can find. So they just yank it right out of there.
You know, that's one of the things that gets me. Like, yeah,
Oh,
when you
really gets
scrape
you?
a fork, yeah, if you scrape a fork on the bottom of a metal pot,
Hmm.
that sound makes my skin do that thing. Like where everybody talks about the chalkboard doesn't bother me. I don't give a damn. Metal fork on the bottom of a metal pan, that sound.
And cotton swab in your penis.
And well, and anything that goes in the pee hole,
Mm.
and then just no, that's not for that.
I
You
don't
can
know
kick
that.
the balls all day. Oh, that hurts. Haha, that's America's Funniest Home Video. You put something in the hole? No.
Yeah, they cut to
That's
a
not
video.
America's Funniest
Oh,
Home
guy
Video.
getting kicked in the nuts. They're all laughing, and they cut
And
to
I'm
a
laughing,
penis. Just
everybody's
like.
with a cotton swab, and everyone's like, audience testing reached a 0. No, no, no.
Oh.
Mm-mm. Mm. And to end up plastic bottles, I will say, do you know it takes 3 bottles of water to produce a bottle of water?
Does it really?
Yeah, that's what I read. It was in the Forbes article, so I don't know how they based it. And also, they use oil to make the plastic.
Mm-hmm. There's actually
And-
energy trapped in the plastic that they can get to.
Yeah. Yes. So 1.5 million barrels of oil are used, is it per day? To make all our plastic bottles or something.
So
It's a
that's-
lot. It's
so
a lot.
There's like 2 things that you mentioned. There's one is the worthlessness of the plastic straws, and the same along the same lines like plastic bags. Like it's very hard to get money on recycled plastic bags, so they just kind of stop trying to do it. And the reason is because it's not a lot of material and it's hard to like sift through, and B, it gets coated in stuff. So you get like oils, things like a pizza box. You can't recycle a pizza box because the pizza oils and
Greasy.
cheese, yeah.
Grease, all that
destroys it.
stuff ruins it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I didn't know that, but I knew that. I knew pizza boxes. They passed a law in Philadelphia area where you weren't allowed to pass greasy pizza boxes did not belong in recycling. It said that in like a bunch of things that went out,
Got
and I was
arrested
like,
for
why
it.
are they making a big deal about this? Who the hell cares? Now we know why.
It's the one thing that didn't. I mean, the recyclers are a for-profit company. They're trying to not handle trash. That's their whole goal.
Right.
So
Right.
like every time they have to have a residual, because
Mhm.
the trash that just ends
They're
up at the
wasting
end.
their time.
Yeah, or things that are like bottles that are like glass and have plastic on top, like plastic lids or paper on front. Those things are
Yeah.
difficult to recycle, so they just throw them away anyway. If there's
Yeah,
food
especially if they
inside.
get wet and all that. Now they're stuck together. Now you've ruined the cardboard and the paper. You just ruined everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And you wasted everyone's time.
I listened to an interview from a guy about he had a recycling center in New York,
Mhm.
and he was saying that the price of oil really makes it so it
Mm.
screws up his process, because
Yeah.
when oil's so cheap, people just say I'll just make new bottles. So how much do you think a ton of let's say plastic is worth?
Ooh, I don't know. Which kind of plastic? Raw plastic or on bottles? Recycled bottles? Which way are we going?
Let's say
here?
recycled bottles.
All right, so I get a ton of plastic bottles and going to recycle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me. How much is a ton? I can't physically picture it. $8,000. I don't know. I made it up.
8,000? Really?
I don't. Yeah. I don't
You think so?
I have no idea how much a ton is. A ton is a lot. If it's 5 cents a thing, and there's, that still seems like a lot. 3,000.
So what do you think per pound? I'll break it down per pound.
A pound?
How many?
Few bucks. Few bucks.
Few bucks? No.
3. 2.
It's like 14 cents per pound.
Oh, that's bullcrap. I'm not doing recycling. Recycling's stupid.
Exactly. It's
Wait,
not. It's hard.
It costs more in. I almost said locomotion, like an old person. In moving, transportation. How much fuel are you burning to move all this plastic? More than you're going to get for it.
That's a high. Yeah, that's a high estimate too. So that's exactly what the equation is you have to move a ton of material in order to make a couple $100.
Without burning any fuel, because that's bullshit.
Yeah. Plus, you've got a system in place to sort through it, which is actually kind of time consuming. If I could find it. Oh, damn it. I just had this for a second here. So he was saying that, once oil prices plummet, it's impossible to make a profit. So they just kind of send it to the landfill anyway, which costs them money. So like putting in a landfill, it's about $40 to $60 depending on where you are per ton. Mm-hmm. So if you're not making the difference, you're screwed. You're just like, I'm never gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I'm done. So I have to shift around.
Did you know 87% of people in the United States have easy access to recycling? That's a lot of people.
Oh, there's a lot of people.
It's gotta be good. It's gotta be good.
There was a trend.
There are commercials
for
it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
we're 90s kids.
Yes, we are. One of my favorite things was reading up on how litter is ruining the earth, and the plastic rings will never biodegrade, and we're adding all this waste to the planet. I used to read that stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah, Captain Planet, all that stuff was huge.
Yes, it was. And it did affect me to the point where I try to be conscious, but not to the point where it's going to inconvenience my life.
It's weird because the one thing I noticed was that most of the websites that I read were circa early 2000s or late 2000s.
Oh, interesting.
So like in the past decade, we didn't care. No one really cared. I still recycle. Do you recycle?
Yeah, we have
in a special box.
Yeah, we have the blue trash bin and the green trash bin. Who's your company? Who's your trash company?
I think it's Waste Management.
That's weird. They're the biggest company in the United States.
It's Waste Management? Like $100 billion industry.
Right. They made $14 billion last year.
Nice.
I wrote that down. I was like, holy crap.
That's trash.
Now, I don't know if that's net profit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they took in $14 billion.
The CEO, Mr. Soprano. Yep.
Is he?
Yeah, that's where his bodies go. Just recycle them bodies.
Interesting. Also, of note, so Waste Management, I had Waste Management, some subsidiary of theirs, I believe, someone they bought.
You had them?
Yeah, I did.
To deliver to?
Yeah. That was my trash company.
Okay.
And I was charged like $120 a month or something for trash, recycling, pickup, everything, whatever. Mm-hmm. So someone came around. I'll name plug them. I don't care. Whitetail Company, kind of 3-state local. They're PA, maybe New York. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. Delaware County. But anyway, I said they were like $79, and they have been for the past 5 years. So I said, is it the same size can? Are you guys going to hit me with weird fees like everything? He says, no, it's no fees, no everything. I know some of the other companies are a little more, and I was like, yeah, let me try it. So I did it, and hold on. Do you know? Big Waste Management called me up and told me that don't do that
for your trash.
Why? Yeah, we'll match it.
Huh?
And I literally said on the phone, I was like, "Well, why didn't you match it for the past? I've been buying from you for 2 years. Can you reimburse me for that?" And they're like, "Well, we don't do that, sir, but we can do $79 a month from now on." And I was like, "Well, they'll do it for $79." He's like, "Well, we will, and you won't have to change companies." And I was like,
"Already signed up?"
I was like, No, I did. I didn't tell them. And I was just like, you were screwing. So in other words, you were screwing me for like 2 years. And now you're like, I won't screw you. Stay with me. It just seemed, it got to the point where I was so mad at them for it that I was like, no, come collect your trash bin. And they were like, ooh, you can't cancel. It's a fee. And I was like, a fee for what? And they were like, pickup. And I was like, all right, well, I'll keep the cans. And they're like, you can't if you're not going to use the service, sir. And I was like,
the Comcast model.
I can hold on to the can. Yeah. Yes. So I got on the phone. I said, leave your cans. There's no pickup fee. I'm not paying any more money. And they said, Okay, sir. Are you sure? You can always switch back. And I was like, see ya. And I hung up.
Hmm.
They picked them up 2 days later and never charged me.
Yeah,
Take
eat that.
that
Eat
big
that.
trash. Eat it, big trash. So they tried this on my parents, and I told my parents what I did because they switched to my company.
Uh-huh.
They paid the $20 for pickup for each
Oh
can, and
no.
I was like, what are you doing? They're gonna pick it up, and they're like, we don't want any trouble. And I was like,
No trouble in the big trash.
yeah, no trouble with big trash.
I thought you were
Like,
gonna say, I want to specify where
okay.
my trash goes.
Oh, you know where it goes. You actually you follow your trash cans, huh?
Oh,
Do you?
they
Some
did
people do this.
well, they did a
I
study
know.
on multiple pieces
I
of
know they do.
trash. Yeah.
Which kind? Recycling or trash?
So there was a college study where they said, bring in anything, and we're gonna put a tracker on it, and we're gonna see where it
Oh,
goes.
beautiful. Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead. I didn't see this piece.
So they took like a teddy bear, organic. They had like banana peel. They had paper products, and then they had
Okay.
plastics. And
I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
so they collected it in a trash bin.
Mm-hmm.
They put it on the curb. It went to a
Mm-hmm.
recycling center. I'm kind of tempted to go through the process of how it got sorted and recycled.
Check it out. Is it a video stream or like what? How do they do this?
There's like a multi-step process on how they sort, but I don't know if that's
Not that interesting.
you're
'Cause
not
we
that
got a lot of time.
interesting.
You'll see the next. I got some other stuff we gotta get into that you might like.
I'm gonna hit it really quick.
Okay.
So they separated by
Not
weight.
rude if I make it a
I'm
word.
trying to be quick.
Okay.
They separate
No,
it by weight, and then they separate it by magnetics, and they separate it again by like super magnetics called an eddy current rotor. So
Okay.
like non magnetic metals, they separate the cans out.
Okay.
It's really interesting because like things that are not normally magnetic are slightly magnetic, and they can connect it
Really?
to
Like
the rotor.
tin or whatever? Or something
No,
like that?
I'm not even talking like metallic pieces, like things that are like paper and other products can be sucked through this like eddy rotor thing, which I had never known about. Eddy current rotor.
So what is it? Anything with any kind of charge to it or something?
It's like a super magnetic rotor, and anything that can gain a charge, it like gets sucked down with the rotor, and then spit out the bottom. It is kind of sweet. That's why I want to talk about it.
Okay.
And then you're left with like plastics and glass, which are purely optical sorted. So it's kind of costly to figure out like what it is, and then tip it off
really?
the scale. Yeah.
Wait, they can't figure out a machine that does that?
No.
This is our in. Panders are going to make something that can separate plastics and glass. Mark my words, folks. It's $1 billion device that only we know about, and each of us have the formula cut in half in our safes in our own house, and we never communicate except when we're delving the formula to the companies. So you need both of us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Dan, can you get on that?
Yeah, I figured it was going to be me. It's okay. I
just
will
wanna
not
have to
split
credit.
half my profits.
Okay.
I'll give you
He
all
said
the
it,
debt.
folks.
I'll give you all the debt.
Folks,
You're good at
folks,
taking on more debt.
He said, folks, he said, I believe he said, it's mine.
Yeah. So the trash, the pure trash, that ends up in New Jersey. I mean, that's obvious.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost too obvious.
Yeah, they love trash there. They love wearing it. They love putting it on their bodies. They think it's like jewelry or something. I don't understand that state,
The
but
guy said, take her in the back of your car, kiss her where it smells funny, and I drove her to New Jersey.
mm-hmm.
Good joke.
Yep.
Good joke, folks.
Yep. So most of them, they summed it up to say that paper products, a lot of paper products, like bulk newspapers, etc., etc. They actually get shipped to China, since China doesn't have the natural resources of trees. They don't have a lot of trees there.
Oh, I wondered. I read that we send a lot of our recycled, like bales, like things that have already been recycled, whether in the paper, metal, cardboard, whatever, over to China because they'll pay for it. And I didn't know why. Now I do, because they don't have enough natural resources, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. So they buy our garbage.
Yeah.
So we poop, and China licks it up. Surprise, China. Lick it up.
Yeah. A lot of the bulk metals stay here. Steel, aluminum, they stay recycling in this area. A little bit
Makes
goes
sense.
to Mexico.
Okay.
And then most of that gets reused, actually. We recycle quite a bit.
I did come across that.
The percentage that we actually recycle?
33%.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I found, too.
I found 34.3. I came up with.
Yeah, out of the potential,
Was yours
I
the
think
2013 study?
It was close to there, yeah.
Okay, mine came up with we produce 254 million tons of garbage a year.
How much is that per person?
4.4 pounds.
Yeah. per day.
Is that what you came up
per
with?
person, which is weird, right?
Check that out. Do you know what the global average is?
It's lower than that. We're the top
Yes, it
producers
is.
of
Hold on.
trash. We kings of the trash pile.
We, as individuals, you, I, viewer at home, if you're American, produce 4.4 pounds of trash per day. The average person in the world, globally, is closer to 2.6. So it's almost double the amount of trash.
Yeah, that's a lot.
What are you going to do? Throw it out. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that at the end of the episode. It'll have a bigger effect.
Yeah. I'm just trying. We actually got... Do you know anybody named Grande Cola? Or Grande... I can't even say that person's name.
I'm not sure.
No,
who are they?
I don't know. They love it live, though. They're watching. We got a viewer. We did it.
Bring it live.
We can end the podcast now because we've
done.
met our goals.
Shutting it down. Well, while we're moving on to different things in trash, I'd like to bring up who the biggest trash perpetrators are and who the biggest gas trash perpetrators are.
I have one thing from the...
Come across that?
I have internet. Wait. One thing from the internet. Have you ever seen those videos of people in like third world countries when there's like finally rain after months and months of dry spell?
Mm-mm.
Like people in like even before this. So this is the big thing about like the 90s is that people would just throw trash like out of their cars. Like they just thought it was just going to get cleaned up and someone else was going to take care of it. In the third world countries, it's still that way. So they just throw trash on the side. So when it rains and they have a deluge, their riverbeds just like fill with trash, and then they just like, you ever see that video of just like a stream of trash? You can't even see the water. It's just trash. It's just a straight stream.
Crazy. That's their natural cleaning process, I guess, sort of. No, I mean,
yeah.
Not really, but sort of.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. No, I didn't come across that. Well, here in the United States, I will tell you what state produces the most trash per state.
Is this trash in landfills or production of trash?
Production of trash.
Okay, let's hear it.
Per person, per state. Nevada is number one. Boom!
Oh, you think
Nevada, number one.
Hold on a second here.
Is it?
I
It's
got
probably
a graphic.
Vegas
I got a
related.
graphic. Yeah,
Yeah?
there we go. I got the graphic up.
You know who number two was?
California.
Pennsylvania.
No,
Pennsylvania.
California was down there. Pennsylvania, Colorado, and California? Top four?
Yeah.
You
That's
saw
the
this
four.
one.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
saw this one.
That's the one I got it from. So hold on. You know who the lowest was then?
Idaho.
North
job.
Dakota.
Good job, Idaho.
Beautiful skies out there in North Dakota. Connecticut.
Idaho sells their trash to Nevada, probably. Well, if you think about it, Idaho is probably a decent growing state with all those potatoes and whatnot. Nevada, deserts. Who cares what goes in Nevada? It's probably filled with trash.
That's a good point. Plus Vegas. I'm literally saying, do you know how much trash probably comes out of Las Vegas? Probably more than any other state or city. Excuse me.
Yeah, what do they do with all their gambling money? The weird thing is Colorado. Like Colorado is like known as a green state.
That's what I thought.
Apparently not. They're filthy. They're filthy gold diggers.
We thought they were great. So another problem is we're talking about physical trash. It goes in landfills.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trash that produces methane, any natural fruits that decay, animal farts, namely cows.
Yeah. These tree huggers always complain about the animal farts and people eating meat, and it's damaging our CO2 in the environment, and who cares?
Hold on. You're going the opposite way, though. I found that methane is 21 times per methane molecule more likely to affect global warming than CO2.
Really? Huh.
Now, I mean, there's way more CO2 than methane, so I mean, it's kind of a whatever. But the more methane there is, the more that affects global warming because methane traps heat better than carbon dioxide.
So it's 20 something times worse for the environment than CO2.
Correct. Now, there's not really that much of it, so we can't really make an apples to apples comparison. But I will tell you which states produce the worst gas waste. Number one, folks, me. Number two, California. Number two again, Texas.
Ooh, just all the oil processing, right?
I'm guessing, and farmland. Think about it.
Guess we're a pretty big
Number
state.
three, PA. Ooh, damn, we got a couple of dirtball states here.
Connections, yeah, you're making connections here.
But I also realized most of the gas problems seem to stem from states that have a lot of cities in them. Like bustling cities, like industrial cities, like, you know what I mean? Really hopping cities. So I'll tell you the best gas state in the world or whatever. I don't care. This is a
I don't
stupid
know what's
state.
the best.
Wyoming.
Yeah, no, that doesn't exist.
That's why they don't have trash. They don't have anything.
So
North Dakota. I'm great. I'm proud of them. Hawaii. Is there anything there? And South Dakota. So
do you think you produced 4.4 pounds of trash today?
I have no idea where that number comes from. I don't think so. Although
it doesn't include
late at dinner. Oh, doesn't my bowel?
It doesn't include poop. It's municipal solid waste. I couldn't say it. I'm thinking meniscus. Municipal solid waste, which is like everything but poop. Anything you throw in a trash can. But 4.4 pounds. I mean, it only makes sense if you're throwing out like a 100-pound TV at the end of the year, and it's like, well, I guess so. It's like, how much waste do you contribute? Pick up the trash twice a week?
We do once a week pick up here.
So how many bags is that? 3?
No, like 5.
5?
But it's the 96 gallon. It's the big boy.
Yeah.
The rollout. It's got the wheels and everything and the lid.
It comes with its own wheels?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, dude.
It's an inflatable trash can? That'd be great.
It's just about. So you said TVs. Do you know? Let's name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 illegal things to throw in the trash.
Batteries.
Correct.
Probably electronics, maybe like computer stuff.
Sure.
They have sealed capacitors that have acid in them. Yeah.
That's why. Correct.
So like computers, TVs, monitors.
That's all one. That's all.
Electronics.
That's all
one thing.
branch.
I can't count that. Why can't I count that?
You got it, but it's all one.
What about
name one more? I'll give you credit here.
Chemicals? Like that's very vague. Can I say chemicals?
Chemicals
for 1,000.
Everything's a goddamn chemical. Come on, you got one more in you. They used to be in thermometers. In fact, the answer I gave you half the answer.
Yep.
Mercury thermometers. All right, go over the list. Batteries. You are not allowed to throw out paint. Did you know that?
What do you just got to keep painting, I guess.
That's why everyone has old paint in their house. You're not allowed to throw away paint.
What's in paint that's so damaging to the environment? Why are we using paint?
Whatever. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Motor oil. You're not allowed to throw out.
Well, yeah. Same thing with
electronics,
tires.
with LEDs and everything. Tires. You should have said tires.
Yeah.
That's good.
Shit.
Fluorescent bulbs, lawn chemical smoke detectors. Did you know that?
They have mercury in them sometimes.
That's right. Mercury thermometers, prescription drugs. Do you know it's illegal to throw them out?
Yeah, I knew that. You're not allowed to flush them down the toilet either. You don't know what the toads are doing.
Sure.
They get mutated with them.
And who's licking the toads? I know.
Yeah.
Fireworks. Ooh,
well, that's an explosive issue, I guess.
I know, but wouldn't that be cool?
Just garbage truck filled with fireworks.
I think it would be cool. Anyway,
If you loaded up your front lawn with garbage, how much do you think they'd pick up? Do you think they'd take 2 bags?
4 bags and drive away.
That's their limit.
See ya.
So, like, how long do you think it would take to fill up your front yard with garbage?
I have a real big front yard and backyard and everything. It would take a long time.
So 5 bags a week times how many years? A few years?
I think it's township. Less than a few years, probably like a year. I don't know.
How would you feel if it didn't have garbage takeaway? There's no recycling. There's no landfill.
Can I drive it myself or no? I have to hold on to all my trash.
Say there was nowhere to dump it.
Oof.
How would you manage that?
Well, do you know what a lot of big expensive companies that give you your trash do?
They shove
It's
it in a
called
landfill.
waste to energy plants are the new thing.
Oh, yeah.
Come across them?
Yeah.
What they do is they shovel as much shit as they can into the hottest fire they can. It's like 2,000 degrees or so.
Mm-hmm.
And they use that heat to boil water, which then turns turbines and everything and generates electricity. There's a whole process to it. And anything that didn't burn up is probably a phosphorus metal or there's like 4 different things it could be if it didn't burn up. There's a graph I saw.
I do agree with you. There's the combustible method where you can actually light it on fire. There's like paralysis, I can't say it. I want to say paralysis. I need to see it in front of me to say it right, but I cannot find it. Pyrolysis. There you go. Gasification and then some other form of gasification. So it's like you heat it up and it separates into different parts, and some of those parts are useful.
Right.
You get hydrogen out of it, or you
Right,
get
you can recycle.
CO2. Yeah, and then you
Recycle
can
different things.
Yep, you can separate them into different parts.
Hmm.
I don't have anything else other than that because it doesn't seem like that's useful. Because it actually heating things to that temperature is expensive, and it only meets a certain threshold. That's the difference between recyclables and trash. Is that if it's worth money after you've managed it, it's recyclable. If it's not worth money, it's trash.
Now here's a question. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All your trash is on your front lawn. You decided you weren't going to give it to the big trash corporations like friggin' Waste Management or whatever. Can anyone go up and take your trash?
Your trash
Legally.
is not your property. You've given up rights to it.
Where did you hear that?
Didn't they do? There was a case where the feds.
California versus Greenwood.
There we go.
There you go.
There we
Greenwood.
go.
Yeah, they recommended that your Fourth Amendment does not cover trash. So you place your refuse willingly on the curb to be picked up by a third party trash company. If you do this, you then have no private right to privacy.
Mm-hmm.
You've thrown it away. It's literally not yours anymore.
Yeah.
So a judge ruled that the Supreme Court actually came in to rule on this, that is not yours, and people can trash pick. So
yeah. All those celebrities out there, we're coming for you.
do you know about that?
No. Is there a story behind this?
Oh my God. There's more than one story behind this. A person who goes through trash, like celebrity trash or, interesting
Is this a
people
profession?
trash. Yeah, it's called garbologist.
Awesome.
It's self-titled,
That's
but it's
awesome.
hilarious. Hold on, it started in the 60s. I think 1976 was a big guy. There's A.J. Weberman that started it, and he was big into it, and someone Harrison. I didn't get his first name. What they do is they root through celebrity garbage, and they get all the interesting stuff. They hold it, and then they sell it to people. So there's people in Times Square. I think this is one of the two I mentioned that sell stuff daily. On the website, I saw Jerry Seinfeld's toothbrush used in trash.
You could frame him for something with those all those cells on there. Get his DNA.
I don't know if he could, but it's selling for $6.
Oh, that's not much. That's pretty.
Would you do it?
Can we buy that?
We can if we. Well, I don't think he does online
Is it available?
sales. You might have to go buy it. You have to go.
Well, you're closer. You're gonna have to.
I can see what I can do.
Yeah, get something that's bloodied because that's you can prove that.
Another interesting one was Mayor Bloomberg's Goya beans. They were selling for $3.50. Actually, just the remnants of the can he threw out.
Is that like he doesn't want his beans, so the rest of the beans are yours now? For
I mean, they were a store brand Goya bean. He just didn't use them all. So.
Wow. What do they do? Like, how do they manage their own trash? They need like Iron Mountain to take away all their trash.
Okay, so hold on. Let's get into a little bit of celebrity trash. Interesting. John Lennon's tooth. It fell out at one point when he was younger. His caretaker, nanny at the time, had it in a box or whatever. She left. She didn't realize she still had it. She gave it back to the daughter after he was dead. So the daughter auctioned it off. This is my dad's tooth. It's John Lennon's actual tooth. Sold for $31,000.
Wow.
Someone paid $31,000 to have his tooth after he's dead.
That's a lot.
Britney Spears.
How many teeth does a human body have? 32?
32 times 2, technically, because that was probably a baby. I don't know if it was a baby tooth. It might be, probably.
So that's a lot of money in his mouth.
I don't think he had many more to give.
We gotta go dig up a grave.
Britney Spears' positive pregnancy test, the one where she actually tested positive, actually threw it in the trash, and someone actually dug it up.
Wow.
$5,001.
How much?
Why the one? $5,001. Probably because of eBay. So you're outbidding someone.
Yes.
5,000? No, 5,001. I want that pregnancy test.
How much do they resell it for? Do they frame it? They're gonna be.
I don't know.
Keep
My
it as a
girlfriend told a
collectible?
funny joke. She said it was probably her baby daddy. And I was like, why would he want it? And she's like, think about it. And I was like, that's good. That's his money ticket. Interesting one. Marilyn Monroe's chest X-ray. $45,000.
Ooh.
It doesn't show her boobs, just her bones.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Huh. I heard
Interesting.
Marilyn Manson for some reason.
No, Monroe. Don't go into the rib removal. We're
I
not
was
getting
like,
into
this is gonna get weird. Oh.
Do you know how much William Shatner's kidney stone sold for? Looked like $30,000 here. Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Kidney stone.
Here's the worst one I found. Brad and Angelina Jolie, they're exhaled air.
Exhaled air?
Exhaled air. Yes. It was verifiably with picture
Don't
evidence.
I have their exhaled hair like air? Also
Yeah,
air.
but this was within the room. They bottled it. There's pictures and everything.
Of
A
them
certificate of authenticity. Sold for $530.
Jesus. Sorry, that's ridiculous.
That's not too much. I mean, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You can't even open it up. You can't even open it up to test it. How do you know?
Well, you don't want to. You got to save that for.
Yeah.
What do you save
Special
that for?
occasions.
When
You
your child
undo
is born.
the yeah, undo the jar.
Baby, everyone come over. Everyone come over. Oh God, I feel it.
Oh, that's baby's breath right there.
That was Brad. That was Brad. I just saw Brad. He's in the room with us. Niall from One Direction.
I don't know. I know no one.
He ate half a Vegemite sandwich and threw it out, and someone gathered it.
He didn't like. I never ate Vegemite, but he should
I
have
think
finished
he likes it. He's from Australia, but someone in Australia, they did a bidding war where the money went to charity. So who knows? It's over $100,000.
Wow. Was Jesus on the flip side? Was he?
I hope, man. I don't think it'll be. Oh, hold on. Never mind. Sorry, I left out the number one. J.D. Salinger.
Uh-huh.
You know who he is?
Oh, yeah, I know who he is.
Catcher in the Rye, right?
Yeah.
His used toilet.
A toilet's kind of a personal possession, though. I mean, that's... Some toilets, they fit you just right.
It sold for $1 million at auction.
Wow. Did he write novels on his toilet?
I don't think so. But he was a known recluse, so I guess he spent a lot of time there, and he didn't share it with anyone, and someone paid $1 million.
Do you think they probably don't clean it before they take it? They got to keep it as raw, as pure and pristine as possible, right?
If you paid $1 million, you might as well. I mean, why clean it?
So wait, if a celebrity dies, but they didn't flush, do you preserve the turd? I mean, how much money is there? Did you look and see if there's any
celebrity? I didn't see any celebrity turds online, but I'm sure you can find them.
Like a Barack Obama turd, that's.
If he died suddenly, it'd be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, his last bowel movement.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty weird. Is there any piece of celebrity paraphernalia or anything you would pay for post-mortem or otherwise? Maybe they're still alive. Maybe it's a super hot girl. Would you? And there is a large panty buying business. Oh, I believe in Japan and all that. Like used panties. Like that's
Humiliatrix. Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Well, I probably do, but I don't know.
You probably do. We did a podcast on the Joe Rogan Humiliatrix. It was like 637 or something.
She showed like her body clippings and
all sorts of weird stuff.
In a jar.
Yeah, she made a lot of money. She made like millions.
People are willing to buy this stuff.
I don't understand.
I'm not.
That's like celebrity signatures and stuff. Like who like it? It's valuable to some people, but regular? No, I don't want to. No.
So who's the king of celebrity status and destroying celebrity status? Mark Zuckerberg.
You're expecting a reaction. I know who he is.
I did. I wasn't sure.
I don't know why he's destroying celebrity status. I guess his information.
Someone wrote a big story on him. They were a esteemed journalist who got a journalism degree. Stupid, idiot, moron. And they decided they were going to, instead of writing articles that didn't make any money, they were going to stalk Mark Zuckerberg and steal his trash.
Wow. Does he not produce trash because he's a robot?
He lives in Palo Alto. He stalked this house out for 2 years. Okay? So he goes there, and he just drove to the neighborhood, and there were 3 guys outside Zuckerberg's house. They were all kind of goon-looking guys, like shades, had the earpieces in, whatever. and it was trash day. He looked up what trash day was for pickup there. Wednesday. He went Wednesday. He's in there. He's looking around. He's doing his thing. He's like, how do I get into that trash? I need to get in that Zucky trash. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Valuable
So he's
stuff.
looking around. He can't figure it out. He chickens out 3 times. He goes up to the guys, and the guy's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I dropped my keys. I'm a jogger." The guy was like, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" So anyway, he
Here's
gave
trash
up.
guards.
Right. He's taking pictures, all this while he's doing it. He's a real chicken shit. And he came to realize that all the houses surrounding Mark Zuckerberg's house, this isn't his main house. This is just one of his houses.
Mm-hmm.
He bought all the lots around the house.
He wanted to make his massive domain larger. His web domain, because he's building a web server underneath.
He doesn't use those houses. Do you know what he did? He built them up. Like he had scaffolding and stuff put on them so they're taller than his house. So no one could look into his yard. No one could look into his room. No one could look anywhere into him.
Wow, creepy.
And he did a little research. There were guards for his house. They're all ex-Oakland cops with discipline issues on the force. So good thing he didn't try and steal the trash. Then he did a little more
Buzz
research.
leaks.
Apparently, he wouldn't. The trash company came and didn't pick up anything from Zuckerberg's house.
Uh-huh.
So he doesn't use private trash. Or public trash. There are lots of
White glove trash
private
people.
companies, right, that show up at your house. One big company is called Covanta. I don't know if they offer something called secure destruction. You have to transport the items. They have to come in a car accompanied by one of their men and your men, right? So you have one of your guys, one of their guys. Everybody gets in the car.
Yeah.
Everybody gets in the car. All the packages inside the vehicle were sealed before you get in. They have to be sealed upon arrival of their plant, whatever. They tell you where it is.
Mm-hmm.
You, let me see. I snapshot.
So, like, if you have like a dead body in there, are they allowed to open up the trash?
I don't know. I don't know.
Complete confidentiality. That'd be amazing for a hitman.
I don't know, but it's probably too expensive. Well, who knows? Customer ships their location to sealed vehicle. Upon arrival, Covanta employees inspect the seal for evidence of tampering. They also catalog the seal number prior to breaking the seal. Note, if the customer arranges for witnesses for this destruction, the seal is not broken until the witness is on site. So if another witness that's not the person who came with the vehicle, but someone else who wants to make sure this trash is destroyed, they will wait to break the seal until someone else shows up. The secure transports the material to the EFW processor for combustion, and the process is screened and completed by screened employees and can be witnessed by one customer with a representative at any time. And they will burn your trash until there's nothing left and then destroy it however else they can. I don't know if they use acid or what, but it's witnessed trash destruction. And they didn't have a price. I just had to text them for a quote, and I tried, and I haven't had a response.
So this kind of makes me want to, like...
And do you think celebrities have to do that, I guess? Think about it.
How much per bag of trash was that?
Oh, I have no idea. They didn't give me, whatchamacallit?
What was the name of the company?
Covanta. Covanta.
Trash cost. Let me see. I should go to the frequently asked questions. There's too much wordage for a trash company.
Now, do you think Zuckerberg could probably get every week of his trash?
My idea is, like, if it's costing them a lot of money to send it to this Covanta people, then why don't you just, if you sent them, like,
destroy it yourself?
No, if you just kept sending them, like, boxes of dildos or something ridiculous, they'd have to, like, send it to this Covanta trash disposal person, costing them more money than it costs you to ship. It's a net loss on their side.
How?
If you got everyone in America to send a dildo to Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, but couldn't he just... Oh, well, you don't know that he does it with all his trash. I see what you're saying. So you get everyone to send him something that costs nothing, and he has to throw out, and is embarrassing, so he would want to throw it out?
Yes.
Now, how many people want to spend $20 on a dildo and send it to Mark Zuckerberg?
I think a lot, but I don't think that does, like, the combined wealth of America, is it more than Mark Zuckerberg's?
I don't think it is. I think we already lost.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, it brings into question, when you're so rich, people want your trash. I mean, I read a story. Someone beat up someone for Mark Gretzky's eaten chicken wing.
He did-
Like they beat him up to go into the trash to have the wing he threw away from when he ate a buffalo wing, and they throw it in the trash. Someone beat the fuck out of someone for his wing, and it's like, what does that get you? Person who is now owning the eaten wing. What do you do with that? I don't understand it. No, we just said a minute
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. More props to celebrities who keep it together when all this sort of stuff is happening, because I don't. There's probably like a whole slew of stuff that comes along with being like the most
Mhm.
popular person that it just like doesn't make any sense, and all of a sudden you're going to be more and more sketchy about what you're doing and try to keep it more private, and then trying to keep people out of your business stealing your chicken wing.
Costs more money.
Yeah, that too.
Get rid of your trash
Got to
to
have
go to the
bodyguards,
store.
trash people.
Right. You can't shop at a regular store. You got to spend more money to go to a store. I don't know. This is all weird. I don't want to be a celebrity. If the Panders makes it, I'm out.
Yeah. We're gonna have stand-ins. We're gonna make sure they look like us and talk like us, but they're not gonna be us.
And people guarding the house during whatchamacall hours, recording hours. You don't want anyone.
You're
Don't
gonna
mess
be
with us.
standing behind the webcam and giving thumbs downs, thumbs ups. No, you can't talk about that.
Someone's out there. No, don't say anything. So I do have real quick to finish this up, round this out. If you're in the mood to trash pick,
Yeah, what's a good place to trash pick?
I don't know, but
Dumpster
a few
divers.
times it has paid off big time. Someone in Mexico was dumpster diving, found an old painting, dusted it off, brought it up,
Hmm.
sold it at auction for $1 million. Cool.
Good job.
Someone in PA, no, this one's California, found $22,000 in savings bonds in a scrap metal of all places thing. I don't know if it was in
Strange.
a desk or something. He turned them in to the rightful owner to
Oh,
be found.
come on, man.
Shout out, Mr. Honesty. Anyway,
Yeah, I read that
someone
we dump like $600 million worth of recyclables every year.
possible, very possible.
That's part of them. Keep going.
There's people buy units all the time. Like, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna buy this unit, and it's
Paris
locked.
Hilton. Yeah.
Sure. Someone paid $1,100 for a unit on someone who was fairly wealthy, fairly sketchy. When they opened up, there were $500,000 worth of gold bars, coins, etc. in there. All his. He remained anonymous. I couldn't find out his name.
I mean, I would shut that door and just stay in there until I had cavalry. I'd make sure all my friends come and make sure they don't know what they're
Everybody's getting.
transporting.
Well, 500,000 is a lot, but check out this
Covanta,
next one.
my best friend.
Yeah, covanta. Next one's my favorite one though. Someone in PA bought a picture at a flea market for $4. So someone near me could have been my next door neighbor.
Mhm.
He just liked the picture. It was $4, like whatever. Brings it home, whatever. I think they had it in their house for 5, 10 years, and then they were like, "It's time to. I don't like this picture. I don't know. It's boring. We got to move on." Before they put it in the flea market, they were going to sell it at their yard sale or whatever. They opened it up. Just let's take a look inside.
Mhm.
They found a folded up Declaration of Independence, one of the originals.
Oh, Nicolas
One of
Cage, man.
24. Yeah, little Nicolas Cage. One of 24 copies. It's sold in a museum in Atlanta for $2.42 million.
Retire money.
Oh, a little more than that, dude.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. And dumpster diving works.
Huh.
But I do want to reiterate for the people at home, trash truck driving sucks.
I've never done that. I was always wanted to be the people for like a day, just hanging on the back
Right.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know it's the fifth deadliest job in America?
What? Really?
It's more deadly than cop and fireman.
Wow. A little less
I'll tell you.
deadly than logging.
Ah,
Yeah.
you knew number
Number
one.
one.
Number one deadly job in America, logging. Number two, fisherman.
Number three
the
is probably
deep
like
sea.
oil something.
Number three is aircraft pilot. They must have a
Ooh.
high mortality rate. Number four was actually roofer. I didn't know
Wow.
this. I guess a lot of injuries. And number five, trash man.
Man.
I guess a lot of people falling into the machine.
Yeah,
getting-
respect.
Yeah.
Oh, to
it's-
get
it's-
crushed by it. Oh, that'd be terrible. You'd be
Right?
surrounded by trash trying to keep it away from you and then
Trying to
get
breathe.
crushed alive. You'd become the trash. Why isn't there a superhero that's just made of trash?
Shredder died by trash can when you think about it. I mean, that's really pretty. If
Huh.
shredder doesn't make it out the trash, nobody does.
Wow.
Uh, at best, the drivers make $23. The picker makes 16. That seems messed up to me.
That is terrible. That's
No, that's not at best. That's average union wages. At worst, though, in places like slums in New York and stuff like that, they make like $30,000 a year flat rate. Like even if they have to do overtime,
like, even if, I mean, that sounds worse because like the
it
worst
is worse. That's what I'm
location.
saying.
Yeah, you have all these like needles and
Well,
random drug
because
stuff.
there's so much competition going on,
Yeah.
right? Usually they don't even wear really heavy duty gloves from the article I read because that it's harder to hold onto the truck and the bags. So they have lightweight gloves that have a little bit of padding on the palms and all that, but it really does protect you from
I mean,
glass and burps.
yeah. I mean, of all the like
you're-
blood and drugs and random shit that you might pick up, there's also literal shit. There's like baby
Yep.
diapers and all that stuff is sitting there for probably like maybe 3 or 4 days, just fermenting and malting and forming some nasty microbes.
Shout out if you're a trash pickup guy or the asshole who's driving who's making $8 an hour more. But
Yeah, the driver's probably a more refined individual who's been there a long time.
right, I think it's the seniority thing.
Yeah.
And because we want to end on a bummer, I will say, in a positive light of trash, if you're one of our viewers who's a premium member and you can afford such things,
Okay. Send you our trash.
no, I wouldn't want to.
No.
I don't know.
I'd feel sorry for a bag full of diapers.
We will send you our most expensive trash can in America. It's a Sylvie Flory.
Oh, nice.
He's an artist. Everyone knows who he is. He only made 250 of them, but it's called the SF 2003. Guess that's
Wow.
when he made it.
SF 2003.
It's a metal pressed trash can, dipped in gold. Sells for $10,000 to $15,000, and you put trash in it. It's a real item.
We'll send you a picture of it.
You can look it up. Go buy it right now. The Sylvie Flory SF 2003. Buy a gold trash can today, folks. Buy a friggin' gold trash can. Do you know what you can put in that trash can? You can look it up. Here. Sylvie Flory. Slyvie Flory. Like the goalie who lets up a lot of goals against the Flyers. FLE.
Oh, that's a beautiful trash can.
I know, wouldn't you? That's $10,000 to $15,000. I would buy one.
Huh.
Now,
small, though.
I wouldn't put any trash in there. I wouldn't. Do you know what I would put in there, Dan?
Gold bars.
Close.
Podcasts.
I'd put a Louis Vuitton trash bag in there. You know what that is?
Them
Oh.
trash bag made of gold.
Oh, close. It's called the Raindrop Versace. Can you look that one up for me?
Raindrop
Raindrop-
Versace.
Yeah, Besace, Versace. And that sells for around $1,900 a bag. It's made of canvas and it's beautiful. It's the most expensive reusable trash bag you can buy. Please say you got some there.
I wanted. It went to Bassett. Bassett.
It's not a Bassett. It's Versace.
How do you spell Versace again?
Besace. It's a gorgeous piece, folks.
I don't even. Oh, wait a second.
It has a nice shoulder strap.
Derelict.
Oh.
Wow.
Louis Vuitton.
This is. I'm gonna have to. Yep. See if this is. How much does this cost?
1,900?
3,000. Yeah.
I found it for 1,900. I mean, if you go on Amazon, you really shop around, you can find it pretty cheap, reasonable trash bag.
At what point do they just say, "Screw the consumer. We're just gonna make literal trash"?
I don't know. I Zoolander becomes more real every day.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all I got. I'm gonna throw this in the trash.
I will say a few things. Back in the 90s, it became important because landfills were really not regulated. So there's some shitty landfills out there that...
There are fewer landfills today than there were back then, right?
It's true, because the shitty ones got shut down.
He knew.
Do you know
tried to trick you.
Yeah, do you know where the most massive one is?
I don't. Where is it?
It's Punta Hills, California. I'm going to show a picture of it.
Those people, man.
Yeah. Well, the amazing thing is that it's actually quite nice. It's terraced and it
Really?
has, they cover it with grass, and
It's
trees.
terrorist or terrorist?
Terraced. If you have a picture of
Okay.
the live feed, which you don't,
I don't.
it looks quite nice. I'm showing it right now. I'm also going to show the breakdown of the trash that we generate. Mostly paper, a little bit of glass, metals, plastics, wood, rubber, leather, textiles, yard trimmings, and food. That's a list. I hate lists. Sorry. But I'm amazed it's like the wood is like 6% wood. You got a percentage on there.
Not wood. I was actually looking. I didn't mention how much food we throw away.
It is 15%.
That's a lot, dude.
That's a lot of food.
It's like, oh my god.
Well, like when you go to a restaurant, how much do you finish the plate? Does everyone finish their entire plate? Probably not.
I have been when I've been getting fatter, but
Yeah.
usually I don't. So
We're a wasteful people.
we are.
Very wasteful. The most
We're like
wasteful
the
in world.
opposite of the American Indian. We eat just the horns, the decorative part of the buffalo, and leave the meat and the bones and the sinew and everything else. We just leave it.
Yeah, it's there dead and rotting, and we wonder why it's still there. Can't you take this away? Ah, it's starting to stink. Come on, guys.
Someone hit it with a wood chipper.
And then let me see. Here's the garbage can that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Is it nice? Oh, show it.
Where's the?
Beaut. Oh, that's a beaut.
Oh no, I lost it. I lost it. There it is again.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
Golden trash. It's kind of small. It looks like it's like a.
Yeah, it did look small, like a waste basket.
Yeah.
More of a waste.
If you're gonna make it a pure gold, it better be useful. I guess you can't put it on your. You can't put it outside.
No,
steal that.
Swipe that bad boy. I would.
And then the Louis Vuitton
Trash bag. I love that.
bag.
That's awesome.
Wow.
It's reusable, so don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a one and done.
Now in its third century, Louis Vuitton remains one of the most coveted symbols of status and sophistication.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
I know you didn't think we'd have enough for trash, but we had plenty.
Yeah, I guess it relates to everybody, doesn't it?
Kind of does. Celebrities, the Pope. I wonder what happens to the Pope's trash. If you can put that in the comments, I'd be floored, folks.
Yeah, someone in Italy, go find out what the Pope is pooping.
Oh, I'm sure there are people on it. Oh, trust me.
It's gotta
Tabloids.
be. You use
The
condom.
the guy who, the two guys I mentioned who, when I mentioned garbologists, Harrison in the 60s, A.J. Weberman. Apparently
Leading
they know,
garbologist of the time.
right. Apparently they know more about celebrity relationships. They know what celebrity medicines they throw away. They know who they make their checks out to. They know like everything. They throw out their new guide for Comcast. Oh, they have Comcast. You know what I mean? When you go through someone's trash, as the Breakfast Club taught us, the janitor knew more about them than anybody. All their notes they threw away, everything. He knew who was dating who was cheating on what tests. You know what I mean? What's interesting, a side note, I think my parents looked through a lot of trash at our work. And I think that's how they found out that a couple people were stealing from the company.
How so?
This is before I worked there, so I don't know. But it did have to do with making fake receipts and throwing them out.
Huh.
But where are you going to throw it out?
Handwritten receipt, or are you just like ringing it up and not cashing it out?
No. All our receipts are handwritten.
Oh.
Every single one, brother.
Wow. Welcome back to the 90s.
Okay. Found them out. And this is back in the 90s when this happened. Maybe the late 90s, 2000. 2004, somewhere in there. Just saying, you can tell a lot by the trash. People try and get rid of their past a little bit. I don't know. I'm not getting too cryptic here. I know, no stats. I'm just saying.
I'm just finding it creepy that people would dig through the trash, knowing how many liquids and random stuff is in there.
I cleaned out old buildings we sold.
Hmm.
In the 1940s, I think they bought it and turned it into warehouse space. But it used to be household houses. I mean, I took out a fridge from the 1940s that wasn't plugged in, wasn't working anymore. Bathtubs from the 1940s that were made of like crazy stuff that weighed like 200 pounds.
Wrought iron.
Yeah, whatever it was, I don't even know, dude. It was heavy, like 300-pound bathtub. An old stove, like just different things we took out of there that were different than the stuff we have now. It was just weird. And we had to empty it all. In the basement, there was old metal shelves and stuff that had sat there for like 30 years untouched, covered in whatever the ceiling that dropped onto them was. See some weird stuff. I imagine trash people see some weird shit.
Yeah, I don't think you could pay me enough to do that job.
You can pay me enough. 6 figures?
What
7
if it
figures?
was like the worst neighborhood in the world that you had to pick it up in? You went through like some major slums. I don't even know where the biggest slums in the world are. What if you had to go through India? It was like some of the shitty slums in India, and you're picking up like pure garbage.
7 figures, hell yeah. Sign me up.
I don't think I would. 7. You raised it from 6 to 7. Did you just do that?
Hell yeah. For a year? Yeah. 1 million a year? Do it for a year? Hell yeah, I'd do it. You wouldn't do it?
If you could do it
for
for...
good chunk of change.
What if it was like an epidemic, like a heroin epidemic? They get all needles and stuff. I guess you'd create
Dress up, man.
I'd create
Dress
a
up.
robot. Yeah, you'd be in like one of those moon
robot.
suits, just like
Yeah, hell yeah. Being the worst trash pickup guy, but whatever. I'm still doing my job, Chief.
You'd probably be the only one. You'd convince
Damn
all
it,
the other
Nick.
guys. Yeah. You gotta wear the suit or else you're gonna get
Get to
infected.
work.
This robot is gonna slowly pull down your pants.
Took an hour to do the 500 block, you idiot. Chief, I'm working on it. I don't know.
I feel like when we change around the topic, like the end is, we don't have as much as banter. The banter is a little limited. I'm gonna say.
I've been drinking.
Yeah, towards the end, it becomes a wash. There was a question in my mind about something. I'm sure it's gonna hit me. It's gonna be a clarification, correction next time. Something we should have done. That always hits me right in the middle of listening to a podcast. I go, oh. That would be beautiful.
That's what they wanted to do. That's what they should have done.
Yeah.
These idiots.
That's what I was listening to a bunch of podcasts that were doing it awfully. They were terrible at talking about trash. There's one guy that was interviewing a guy who had a process for breaking down like multi-layer trash or something. Laminates, he called them. But it was like on the phone. It was broken up. It was not very good.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and another guy was like a radio DJ trying to talk to people about trash. And we're going to cut to the break here. We're going to come back after this commercial. And then it was like they go over one fact, and he's like, well, that was fascinating, but we're going to have to come back.
There was a radio DJ that sold Justin Timberlake's half-eaten French toast from 2004 for $3,500.
Wow.
Right? Half-eaten French toast. Like, you're done. Like, you're not sure if you're done. Whatever, I'm done. I got stuff I got to do. And someone found it in the trash. Sold it for $3,500. He did it on the show, so I think it was like a promo type thing.
I don't know.
Z100.
I don't know how you verify that.
A lot of these people do an certificate of authenticity.
You can't say those words.
I know. I've been drinking.
Certificate of authenticity?
Yes, exactly.
There you go. You got it.
I don't know how you do that either, but at the same time, who the hell's arguing with you? Like, my question isn't, is this really Justin Timberlake's toast? It's, why are you penning this much on half-eaten toast? Like, that's the question. It's not whose toast is it. It's,
will it ever be more valuable?
Gorgeous, probably not.
Most gorgeous woman in the world?
Yeah.
If you got her shoes or something?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, sure. A shoe. Her shoe. Would you pay an extra 100% for that shoe?
What if it was
shoes
like
usually
Kim
$20.
Kardashian's butt
You pay
implants?
40.
No.
Like, what do you do with the implants? I'm confused.
You got to resell them. There's obviously a market for that thing. Things. There's two of them.
But like, what are they? It's a physical piece of plastic that is her butt imprint.
Assume,
exactly.
I'm just guessing here. Well, it's
I
like
guess.
boob implants. If you had Carmen Electra's boob implants or Pam Anderson's boobs.
What do you get for that? I don't know. A couple of thousand? 8,000? 10,000? I don't know.
Huh.
I'm not here trying to sell body parts. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
folks,
We like
it's
it.
a lot of garbage.
Yeah, I like garbage talk.
We like it a lot.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. You're garbage.
All you viewers in New Jersey.
Sixers. I hope I get sued. Turn off.
I should have.
What?